Wait, before you spend that quarter, stop for just a second, because the 1965 Washington quarter in your pocket might be hiding a story most people have never heard. Millions of people have handled this coin. Cashiers, collectors, kids, and even banks treat it like spare change. But collectors know something different. This coin represents one of the biggest turning points in U.S. coin history, and that's exactly why it still gets attention today. Welcome back to Coinverse Hub. Today we're diving into the 1965 Washington quarter dollar, a coin that looks ordinary, feels ordinary, but quietly changed American money forever. And once you understand what makes this coin special, you'll never look at your change the same way again. Here's the surprising part: 1965 was the first year the U.S. Mint stopped using silver in quarters. 4 decades before this, quarters were made with real silver. But in 1965, rising silver prices forced the government to switch to a new metal composition. That single decision instantly separated older silver quarters from modern clad quarters and made 1965 a historic dividing line. Now imagine this: collectors today constantly check 1965 quarters not because they expect silver, but because this coin marks the exact moment silver disappeared from everyday money. That alone makes it historically important, but history is only the beginning. Let's talk about what actually gives a 1965 quarter value first. Condition matters more than the year. Most 1965 quarters were heavily circulated. Scratches, dull surfaces, and worn details lower the value. But if you find one with sharp details, strong luster, and minimal wear, collectors immediately pay attention. Second, mint errors are where things get interesting. Some 1965 quarters were struck with off-center designs, die cracks, double details, weak strikes, clipped planchets. Error coins are always collectible because no two are exactly the same. Even small errors can push the value far beyond face value, especially if they're clearly visible. Another detail collectors watch closely is strike quality. In 1965, the mint was producing massive quantities of coins quickly. That rush caused many coins to have weaker strikes. A sharply struck 1965 quarter stands out and becomes more desirable. Now let's talk about realistic value, not internet hype. Most circulated 1965 quarters are worth face value. That's the honest truth. However, clean circulated examples may sell for a small premium. Uncirculated coins can be worth several dollars. High-grade or certified coins can sell for much more. Error coins can reach significantly higher prices depending on the error. The key is understanding that value comes from condition, rarity of the error, and demand, not just the date. Another reason collectors still care about this coin is symbolism. The 1965 quarter represents the moment everyday Americans stopped using silver without even realizing it. People spent these coins, saved them, and ignored them while history quietly changed. If you're thinking about selling a 1965 quarter, slow down first. Check the condition. Look for errors. Compare real sold listings, not asking prices. And never clean the coin. Cleaning can destroy collector value instantly. So what's the real lesson here? The 1965 Washington quarter is not a get-rich-quick coin. But it is a historically important coin that collectors respect, especially when it appears in excellent condition or with a clear mint error. Before you toss it back into circulation, take a closer look. That ordinary-looking quarter might be more interesting than you think. If you enjoy learning the real stories behind everyday coins, subscribe to Coinverse Hub. We don't chase hype, we chase facts, history, and real value. Welcome back to Coinverse Hub. Today we're taking a deep look at the 1998 Washington quarter dollar, a coin that many people still treat as ordinary change, but collectors continue to study closely. At first glance, it looks like just another modern quarter. But when you understand how this coin was made, what varieties exist, and what collectors actually pay for today, the 1998 quarter becomes far more interesting. The year 1998 was a unique moment in U.S. coin history. It was the final year before the launch of the state quarters program in 1999. That means the 1998 Washington quarter represents the end of an era. After this year, quarters would never look the same again. Because of that, Collectors often see 1998as the last classic Washington quarter before designs changed forever. The 1998 quarter was produced at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark. Each version tells a different story and carries different value depending on condition and variety. Let's start with the Philadelphia and Denver coins, because these are the ones most people find in circulation. Millions were minted, and most were used heavily in daily transactions. Because of that, the majority of circulated examples are worth face value. However, that doesn't mean every 1998 quarter is common or worthless. Condition is everything. A worn 1998 quarter with scratches, dull surfaces, and weak details usually has no premium. But a coin with sharp edges, strong luster, and minimal wear can be worth significantly more. Uncirculated examples are actively collected, especially by people building complete date sets. Now let's talk about the San Francisco mint quarters, because this is where collectors really pay attention. The S mint quarters from 1998 were made for proof sets. These coins have mirror-like surfaces, sharp details, and a higher level of craftsmanship. Proof coins are not meant for circulation, so finding one in good condition automatically places it in a higher value category. Another major factor in value is mint errors. Like all mass-produced coins, the 1998 Washington quarter experienced production mistakes. Some collectors specifically search for off-center strikes, die cracks, and die chips, double details in lettering or design, clipped planchets. Weak strikes. Error coins are popular because they are unique. Even a small error can add value, especially if it's visible without magnification and confirmed by experts. Now let's talk about realistic value, not exaggerated numbers. Most circulated 1998 quarters are worth 25 cents. That's the honest truth. But clean circulated coins may sell for a small premium. Uncirculated coins can be worth several dollars. Proof coins from San Francisco are worth more. Error coins can sell for much higher prices depending on the error type and condition. The most valuable examples are those in high grade, especially coins certified by professional grading services. Collectors pay for quality, not just age. Another reason collectors still care about the 1998 quarter is historical timing. This coin marks the final chapter of a design that Americans had seen for decades. When the state quarters began in 1999, collecting quarters became popular again. That renewed interest also brought attention back to earlier years like 1998. If you're thinking about selling a 1998 Washington quarter, patience matters first. Identify the mint mark. Then evaluate condition honestly. Look for any unusual features or errors. Compare completed sales online, not just listings. And never clean the coin. Cleaning can permanently damage value. The biggest mistake people make is assuming every old-looking coin is valuable, or assuming every modern coin is worthless. The truth lies in the details. The 1998 Washington quarter teaches an important lesson in coin collecting. Even modern coins can become collectible when history, condition, and demand align. You don't need a rare metal or an ancient date. Sometimes you just need the right moment in history. So next time you see a 1998 quarter, don't dismiss it immediately. Take a closer look. It might not make you rich, but it could be a meaningful addition to a collection or a coin worth saving. If you enjoyed this deep dive into modern US coin value, make sure to subscribe to Coinverse Hub. We explore everyday coins, real values, and the stories most people never notice.